And yeah, listen up, guys, and take notes. We've got a lot of recognition to go through tonight, and people are doing three-way calls. It's amazing. So I'm going to mute out.
Of course. Welcome, everybody. I'll start with the recognition. Definitely wanted to recognise Greg for flying down to do the Super Saturday and for an absolute champion, even though he's broken his leg and all the rest of it. So absolute champ. I heard great things about Rachel's presentation also on her why, and you know, just totally nailing it after having a huge trip over to London, getting back and just getting back on the stage. And it's wonderful. Like, we are all so blessed to have these guys as leaders in our team and have like access to their knowledge and their their willingness to show up all the time and not let any excuses get in their way. So the lovely Chloe, who we'll be hearing from later on, as Greg said, smashed out 45 messages on the Blitz on Saturday. Like, amazing. She hit the 5-cycle bonus. So whoop, whoop, whoop. Amazing. And she did a 3-way call and inspiring her new person to do a curiosity post, which is awesome. She followed the script and also got up and shared her why on Saturday. So we'll be hearing from her shortly. Sarah, as Greg mentioned, leveling up, sending out her message to one of the people at the accounting firm, and we'll be hearing from her shortly about her experience with that. And Sheza, of course, leveling up, and at Super Saturday, she's always just such a bright light, and every time she speaks. So everyone who shared their why back at Rachel's house on Saturday afternoon, and the Team Free Derby team for running towards Nashville and pushing through their fears. Michelle hosted a sipple and sample at in New Zealand. So well done, Michelle. And Nikki, Nicole and Alicia booked in weekly sip and samples, and they also showed up to Super Saturday. Alicia got an enrollment, and she's doing phenomenal with her presence on Facebook. And she's always, inspiring her young friends to change their money stories, which is a great thing to do. Andy and Bryce, they came along to Super Saturday and they brought some new people with them. Bryce is doing 3-way calls on a Zoom to people in the Netherlands, which is great. Get the international business up and running. And Shez's mum, bless her socks, came back to consultant again, and she's got some 4-way conversations booked with Shez tomorrow. Claire Merrick also came to Super Saturday, and she's like only having been on day 3 of her first 30 days, which is awesome. So she sent her first text out to Isa. The beautiful Julesy had a sipple and sample. That's coming my new thing, I have to say. And we went away on the weekend, and Julesy brought like a little shaker bottle with like a couple of sample things and gave them out to the friends. And I'm sitting there going like, and she's there like just totally giving people like little care packages with Isa Delights and a couple of things in there which always boosts people's order basket. So that was awesome to witness on the weekend, Julesy. And a 5-cycle bonus for Mandy Blasby. That's awesome. Keep the 5-cycle bonuses going. Sarah Flanagan has been in action and enrolled 8 people so far. Like, that's such an achievement, not only with the that she'll be getting the free vitamins, but all the rest of it that goes with that. Mandy Laurie has organised a sip and sample once every 2 weeks, and Sarah Asbury went consultant. Also, Rosanna, who we'll be hearing from shortly, she's been doing 3-way calls and duplicating. So go team. This is so good. So I'm going to be doing the first section. Everybody on like page 6 and 7 of the 90-day game plan, and I'll be doing a few takeaways. I'm just mindful of the time, so I'll run through this quite quickly. that's about connecting with the right mindset. And this is one of my favorite topics. I feel so passionate about it because when I was able to tap into changing my mindset, my whole life, like I can't even tell you how much that completely transformed and how much I see it completely transform and transform. It's almost like every time I come back to Australia, I get to witness this new coming home to here and witnessing how I'm reacting around my family, around circumstances, around obligations, and how I'm reacting to a lot of things. So the main thing to really bear in mind is like when we're prospecting, consciously, okay, and just knowing that it's not about you. Okay, we say this a lot, and it's like I use this acronym all the time. It's WAIT. The acronym stands for Why Am I Talking? Okay, so sometimes it's all like a lot of it is about ego, wanting to sound cool, or wanting to get a reaction or get recognized. But actually, like, why am I talking? Can I be asking a good question? And so great leaders ask great questions. That's another John Maxwell book. And so if you're asking more questions about them, digging into why, a lot of people just sit there and they might reflect back to you and ask you a question, but like actually asking them and connecting on purpose. Okay, so obviously be interested and not interesting. Okay, and making sure your posture and your mindset are on point. So getting really in alignment with yourself before you're going out there and prospecting. Sometimes we can get in a funk and like already thinking, okay, this person's going to say no, this is not going to work out. I'm feeling like crap today. But getting yourself in that positive mindset and getting it, just like knowing that how you are reacting and your own vibration is going to be reacting of that other person there. So on page 7 is an awesome, and I've put all these little notes there about an awesome thing about a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And this is the beauty of Isogenics, and this is the beauty of this, of being around these amazing people. They're on this growth journey, and they're onto changing the mindset. So a lot of our pre-programmed beliefs, values, reactions that happen before we're 7 years old. And so that was taught to you by your parents, and that theirs was taught to them by their parents. So I kind of look at, God bless my mom, but I kind of look at it and I'm like, I don't want to be thinking like you. So this is why you kind of, you've got to be on top of these things and really be the watcher of how you're reacting to things, to say, is that how I want to continue reacting, or do I want to take the chance and change that and change my reactions to things? So now when you get a no, are you going to be like, oh my gosh, it's all about me, and it's like, running this different story in your mind about no and what that actually means to you, or you're just going to just take that into your stride and keep asking? So that's the kind of difference between the fixed mindset, which avoids challenges, and the growth mindset, which embraces challenges. So a lot of these things, you can, and every time that you embrace a challenge, every time that you think of something that you embrace a challenge, say if it's anything, it's changing a habit. If you're used to breaking cleanses and you want to push through a cleanse, every time you do that, you develop a new, your brain then changes, you develop new synaptic changes, and absolutely you can then tap into that. So then the next time that happens, you're that one step closer to that growth mindset, and you're continuing to grow, you continue to develop, and knowing that this is a longer term thing. So if you think if you're shying away from challenges or from getting those no's, then every time that you overcome that, every time you overcome that little challenge, then you're growing, then you're evolving as a person. So staying out of those the stress hormones and stress reactions of the fear, anxiety, and getting back into the presence, and how do you want that your future to be. So a lot of the times when we're in this state of kind of fear and anxiety, we're living in the past, and we're living in from okay, that's past experience, and somebody said no to me in the past and that really hurt me because of X, Y, and Z. But what if, you can change that mindset so in the future that doesn't need to happen. So Yeah, so the moment that we get to choose these empowering thoughts over these disempowering thoughts, that's the moment where we're rewiring our brain. Okay, so just still plugging into all of these resources that we have. We've got the Healthy Mind Body program, and knowing that, you know, being kind to yourself and really like looking into these future things about how we can change our mindset. So that's that part section for me, and we're going to be handing over to Nina, who is now going to share on her why and a few takeaways from Super Saturday. Now, Nina was a yoga dieter, and she's got an amazing transformation. I just looked that up on Healthy Living, and I was like, whoa. And yeah, it's super inspiring to see. So she's been able to have phenomenal results with the program, and obviously get so much confidence. And yeah, looking forward to your share, Nicole. I'll mute myself now. Thanks, ladies.
Hi everyone, thanks for giving me the opportunity to share my why and my takeaways from Saturday. And I had never until Saturday had the why described as what hurts you. And I just thought that was just like such an aha moment in terms of just really being able to just quantify exactly what your why is. Like we always say, why are you doing this, in a very kind of, what's your why? But in terms of going on a deeper level, the what hurts you. And it really made me, and I loved Rachel's session on just going through all of those sections and the quadrants and crossing things out one by one, crossing things out, and finally getting to the root of the basic, the most fundamental things of what your why is. And I have to say, for me, I had to lean on my whys quite heavily, because there are times when it feels like you're inviting and people are responding and they're at least replying to you. And then there are times when you're sending out all these messages or invitations and it's like, hello, is there anybody out there? Because nobody is replying, or you feel like you're just being really challenged on the why. And I think this week I've been really challenged on just pushing through all the invitations, and the no's actually don't bother me, because at least that's a response. I think the most frustrating thing is when there's not even a response, and so then you've got to put them on your follow-up. So my why for me is, and I shared on Saturday, I guess on a fundamental level, was, I guess primarily in this early stage, it's reducing debt, it's reducing financial pressure, it's reducing, the amazing benefit of having lost the weight and having the health transformation makes it a really genuine story to tell and to share. So that really helps a lot. So it feels really fantastic to share that. And one of my other whys is that I actually don't like it when I see friends and family who are struggling with either health or finances, and not having, or not them not taking up an offer to a solution or even looking at it. So I love the idea of being able to help friends and family, people that I know, share this opportunity, which has been such an amazing experience for me. So that's one of my whys. Ultimately, I'd love to be a very strong leader of a group and an organisation and a team to inspire them. And, one of my other whys is my family, of course, just being a really great role model for them. Go out and chase your dreams and follow your heart. And if you want to work a full-time job, work the full-time job in your chosen career. I'm a musician by profession. I love music and I actually love my job. But I don't love that I'm limited to 4 weeks of annual leave. I just don't like that bit. I love the job, but not the limitations. So they're my whys. And I find that when I'm getting the silence or the people that are just not responding or telling you that they'll watch the video but they haven't had time, and then they reschedule you or they don't turn up for the 308 call. When I think about these whys, that's what keeps getting me through, because what's the option? What's the alternative if I don't keep going with this amazing journey? And, having you all on the team every Monday night is absolutely phenomenal. And that we share our stories and we lean on each other helps me with my why, and it helps me just keep going to get to. We've got some amazing leaders here, and that really helps me with my why, with what hurts. Well, what hurts me. But it's always good to know what hurts you and what's going to drive you. So I encourage you to write that down. That's it from me.
Thank you, Nina. Awesome share. I definitely see you as a role model for your family. Definitely for taking your health, taking charge of your health and for doing this and for continuing. You see, like your family will see you doing all of this. So it's brilliant. The next up we have Rosanna, who will share on her why and some takeaways from Super Saturdays event. Now, Rosanna is a mama of 5 children, so huge happy Mother's Day for yesterday. And Rosanna used to be, she started Isogenics for energy. She used to go to bed before 7 o'clock, and now she's like, have a look at her, she's radiant with energy. And I'll hand over the mic to you, Rosanna.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for letting me share. Sorry about my voice. It's got the sexy voice on today. I don't know what happened. I think hubby will like it, though. But never mind. We shall continue. So, the takeaways from Saturday first was I really loved what Greg put together with his boot camp booklet. I'm going to go to Officeworks and I'm going to reprint this 1,000 times, and every team member will get one of these. Because it is the best tool in my toolbox to have it in front of me. It's almost like a security blanket, I think, and it's what I go through it all the time before I send out a message and see what else I can do. It's just up the game and made it a bit more fun, I think, to be perfectly honest. And it's how can I say, it has taken the stress out of sending a message. It is now actually quite a delight for me and I can just send out message after message after message, and I don't have that connection to it where it's like, oh, what if I think about this, what I think about that. It is just for them. So whether they take it or leave it, it's up to them. So and I loved that we did the quick paste messaging out. I think that was really cool to see, and I was there with a couple of young people and Nina and Laura, and it's cool to see it all happening and how much easier it gets every time for everybody. So that was a lot of fun. And I agree with Nina, Rachel's why thing, the way she put the why together. I came back and I vomited it all over my husband Laurie, and I go, we've got to do this thing like this because Rachel did it like this, and it was just frigging amazing, and it just really nuts out everything. So he goes, oh, I've done it before. I go, no, you haven't done it like this. Let's do it. So it's really cool. So the whole day was great. And then going back to Rachel's, sharing my why. That was a bit of a surprise. I shared it really well, and I had my daughter there with me, and I don't know if she's on the call. She had to go out to dinner for her grandmother's birthday, and I said if she wanted to share, she could, but we had to be separated because she made me turn into a huddle at Rachel's house. But my why is my family, my children. I've always done things a little bit different, so I've homeschooled them for most of their lives. They've been in and out of school a little bit, but I've always wanted to show them a different way of doing life. But in order for that to happen, my husband had to work 3 jobs to keep me at home to be able to do that and to educate them at home and do that kind of stuff. But doing this, he created, and he got a slightly better paying job, and with what I'm doing with this, he's been able to quit the extra 2 jobs that he had. So he's actually quite enjoying his job, and it's relieved that stress to have to provide for everything and for all of us. So it is that if it's not this, what else for me, right? This is just fantastic. And so chipping at creating the financial freedom, I now have the mindset I'm chipping at it. It's not going to happen overnight. It's just little chips. It's like that little meme that has the miner in it, and you've got the two miners and one that's digging, and he's got the diamond on the other side, and the other guy quits. So it's just a matter of chipping it until you find your diamond at the end of the valley there, I guess. I want to be an example I've got 4 daughters, and I have one very blessed son who's my little piggy in the middle of the 4 girls. But I want to be able to show them that they can do this, that they can be boss mums. They can have their cake and eat it too. They can be mums, they can be home, and they can create financial freedom. And I want to be able to take them on holidays. We actually have not had, I watch some of you guys and you go on these incredible holidays with your families. We've not been able to do that yet. It's from hand to mouth for a lot of years. We had a professional tennis player, was the oldest, and the funds that chews up never allowed us to do anything more than support that. So I'm chipping at that as well. So that massive holiday is going to happen for us all. I want them to be able to see more of the world. They've seen a little bit. We were missionaries, but I want to be able to do that with them more, with the freedom of we have the residual income that will allow us to go wherever we want, to help whoever we want when we want, because we can, rather than going and begging for funds to go and do stuff like that. Laurie and I want to be the ones that when missionaries come, that when they say we need $10,000, we need $20,000, it's not an issue for us. Yes, here's a $10,000, here's a $20,000, let me come have a look at what you're doing, and we get involved. That's our dream always. And that's about it, really. I guess the big whys, it's not really just about it, but, it's a work in progress. I love this. I love that the systems. I love that my child is getting into it. She sees, my second oldest in particular, sees the value in what Isogenics has for us. And, I had to sort of separate her from me because I kept crying all the time because she just loves Isogenics, and she's actually doing her own 3-way calls, and she's not even old enough to start the business. So I was just watching her with Greg today on a 3-way call, and I was just blown away, and I thought, wow, this is why I do what I do. This is why I do what I do, and I'm very grateful for the whole team that we're all backing each other up. This is a real team effort, and thank you very much. That's it. The end.
That was amazing, Rosanna. Gosh, it's so yeah, it's definite tearjerker, and the beauty of this business being able to do that for your husband, and you're definitely a mentor for your girls and for your son for sure. There's them seeing you like just boss this, and what I really noticed there is your growth mindset. You weren't attached to the outcome of sending all those calls. You weren't attached to that or making a story around, sending those messages out. That's a growth mindset, and I'm sure your kids see that, which is it's such a blessing. So the next one we've got is the lovely Chloe, who will share on a set-up call review. Now, Chloe's from Melbourne. She works in retail. She's had phenomenal results on the system with energy, digestive stuff, clearing up, and just feels absolutely radiant. I got to meet her when I was in Melbourne. She's just a radiant little bundle of energy. So I'll hand over the mic to you, Chloe.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to speak about the setup call review. So basically, I had a few setup calls to do this week, and I contacted Greg to help me with them, and he said to me, I want you to run these calls, and I freaked out because I've done setup calls before, but I don't know if anyone else can relate. There's just so much to go over. You need to go over getting them started. Have they followed all the steps? Have you cast a vision? Do they know how to get their products for free? And you want to do it all in a really natural way, but I was just feeling a little bit overwhelmed by it. So we trialed this new script, and it was amazing. So I did the first call with Greg there as well. That went well, and then we tweaked it, and I did a second call today with 2 more girls, and it was just really amazing. So they've both done their curiosity post tonight. They have both, they're ready to message 10 friends each. And it was a way for me to feel so confident doing it, and show them how to get their products for free and get them excited by it, but also make sure that they'd followed the steps and they felt confident and knew what they were doing as well. So it was just a really streamlined way of doing it. So Greg is going to pop the script in team free training for everybody, but basically you just welcome them to the call, and you just confirm with them that they've done the first 4 steps. Then they'll say yes, I have. And then I just said, okay, so just to confirm, you've watched the Shake Day video. And then just to confirm, you've downloaded the IsoLife app. And then you just confirm that they've watched the back office tour as well. And then you just kind of touch on the Iso Body Challenge and Healthy Minds and Body so that they understand that. And then I just said, how would you like to learn how to get your products for free? And they were obviously both like, that would be amazing. Tell me about it. So I said, okay, grab a pen and paper and I'm going to draw it out for you. And then I drew out You Share for them both. But then if they had said no, they weren't interested, I would have said, that's okay, get a pen and paper. I'm going to draw it out for you anyway, because I need to practice it. So either way, you're kind of drawing it out for them and they're seeing how easy it is to earn $820. Then once you've drawn it out, you say, does that sound like something that you would want to do? They were both like, oh my gosh, yes, that sounds amazing. So then you talk through sending them the text messaging templates. So I said to them, no, I didn't. It was a curiosity post, sorry. I said, okay, so we're going to do a curiosity post tonight at 8 p.m. I'm going to send you the template. We're going to tweak it so it sounds like you. And then I'm going to send you the response so that when your inbox gets flooded with girls wanting to know what you're doing, you've got the right response to send them and you feel confident adding them into a message with me. And that was it. They were so pumped up and ready to go. And it really covered everything. It cast a vision, which for me was something that I struggled with. I knew that getting people paid is so important in this business, but that's the part that I think I struggled the most with, was showing them how to do it, how easy it is, and really casting that. So yeah, that was that's a new template. So Greg's going to load it all into the team free training for everyone. I think that's everything.
Hey, I'd love to just jump in there, Kim, for a second. And yeah, Chloe, I just want to say how incredible you are, Chloe, but more importantly, what you've done this week is has been like a switch has gone on for you. You've hit your 5 cycles, you've enrolled 3 people this week, you sent 45 messages on Saturday. And then we trialed this on, was it Sunday or Monday? What day is it? Monday. We trialed it Sunday, right? So I'm like, okay, was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday when I flew home. We trialed it. I said, right, I want you to run the setup call. And Chloe's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, it's all right. What we'll do is we'll just write it out and you're just going to do it word for word. So the way that Chloe just said that, did that sound like she was reading something, or did that just sound like it flowed? So we wrote that out word for word and we've changed it and tweaked it. And we practiced it today, and she did it with 2 girls today, and she did word for word. I mean, word for word. And I've never heard 2 girls so pumped to send the Curiosity Facebook post and send 10 text messages to their friends. So what we're going to do is, and I've got to talk to Rach about this and my Rach as well, but instead of going through the whole new associate checklist, we literally have a couple of paragraphs, because now our system is designed for team free, right? Our system is a message that you send as a text message with like step 1, 2, 3, and 4. So when you get on the phone, it's like, have you followed step 1, 2, 3, and 4? That gives them a back office tour. It talks about the healthy mind and body and 16-week body challenge and all that, and gets them watching a shake video and a cleanse video. So you're literally saving about 30 minutes of time on your setup call. So then you're just straight into, how would you like to get your products for free, right? And you're not spending all this time on the call. And they were just so pumped. Now what's going to happen is they've done their curiosity post. Chloe's still going to support them for the 30 days, but they've got the curiosity post out. It's out in the world, and Chloe now has the response given to them, and they're just going to put them all into messages with Chloe. So now we're starting to create serious duplication. So I feel, and it was something that, for those of you that don't believe in God, it was something for you, for those of you that really hit me hard this week, was like, there's a gap in our business, and it's in the setup call, and it's not being duplicated enough, where people aren't drawing the circles of you share, they share, and getting them doing curiosity posts and doing the 10 text messages, and it's not duplicating deep enough. We're going to place this into the team free training. So for the setup call, you guys are just going to follow that word for word, and it is off the charts. So Chloe, you are an absolute superstar. I just wanted to jump in there and say that.
Thank you. Thanks for your help this week.
Anytime.
Well done, Chloe. That's amazing. And when are you getting all those the fast expo? Yeah, great one. Next up, we have Jono, our Incredible Hulk team member. He's going to be talking to us about the next event that's coming up. Go for it, Jono.
Hi guys. Look, I thought I'd have a bit of a chat to you about UIA with David Wood. It's an event I went to last year, and Rachel and Greg used to have to drag me to events. And I went to this event, took 2 days off work. Sunday I always have off, and I came out of that event absolutely pumped. And I firmly believe, I think I might have only had one consultant at that stage. That was what changed my whole direction of where I wanted to go with Isogenics. So I'm sort of saying to you guys, make the plan now to, I suppose, invest in yourself and invest in your business, to look at taking obviously the time off for that event, and also taking people with you to that event. I spoke to Greg last week, and look, I felt a bit guilty. I suppose last Saturday I couldn't make it to Super Saturday, and Greg made a very good comment to me, and it was about investing. Look at the events that you want to invest in, and try and go to all of them, but invest in the events that are really, really going to build your business as well. And they all do, but this one is far above anything I've ever been to. Not only that, it actually improved my golf coaching business as a result. And I even got on the phone today to one of my real estate agents who's enrolled. And it was really easy to talk to him and say to him that it'll improve his real estate business as well. You'll be able to accept those no's and move forward, and absolutely, start crushing both the Isogenics business, but also your own personal business. So I would strongly suggest, what have we got about a month before the event, and this is what I'm going to do. I've crossed out the days at work. I'm going to work harder leading up to that, and then gives me the ability to take the time off. So whatever occupation you're in, if you're a hairdresser, do more haircuts before the event. Just whatever it is, dig deeper. If you're working at an office job, then obviously ask the boss if you can work some overtime so you can take that time off, and your business will absolutely explode as a result.
Nice one, Jono. And definitely want to just echo that. It was a union action that I first went to, and I went with completely not wanting to do this as a business at all. And I walked out of there, I just burst out of that door, and it was the tools and everything that I needed and learned in that event that really set my business and life up to what it is now, which is incredible. So next up is the beautiful Sarah, who's just gone director. So huge congratulations, Sarah. And she will be talking about connecting with people of influences and facing her fear.
Thanks, Kim. Hi, guys. Sorry if it's a little bit noisy. I'm battling the children. So I went to Super Saturday and listened to some incredible speakers. And one of them that I guess I resonated with is the incredible Greg. And he spoke about leveling up. And I don't know if anyone else has heard that term, and I haven't been on the entire call, so I don't know if it's been discussed, but I'll discuss it again. So obviously reaching out to those people, you know, if you see yourself as in confidence and level in business in, you know, the 5 or a 6, or you sort of work out where you see yourself and try and find someone to like level up to. So, you know, they may be in your eyes a 7 or a 8, 9 or a 10, but really try and reach out to them and get them to help you in your business. And it's one way that you can actually excel. So I took that on board, and we obviously did a few text outs and got into action. And I basically wrote my 10 people in my chicken list, really, and started with my number 1. I'm an accountant, so one of the other accountants in my firm is very well connected. And I thought, oh, he'd be, you know, really good at this, or I'd really like him to even use the products. So I reached out and messaged him and got a response back. And he was like, yeah, absolutely. You know, we're off to Europe. And when we get back, we'll give it a shot. And I think it's even worth having a talk at the Rotary Club as well, and speak to everyone at work about it. So it sort of gave me the confidence to go, yeah, I will. You know, I'm in the office on Thursday and I'm going to go and speak to everyone about it. So that was really good response. So I was really excited about that. I also leveled up to my naturopath as well, who's a family friend, and I've been speaking with her as well since Saturday. So I'm going to have a chat with her about the products. So she's really keen as well, which is really good. So, and then one of the other bookkeepers who's really, she's got a really good business as well, so very well connected. So I feel really good now that I've sort of done that and approached a few people on my chicken list, because I'm sure we all have them. Just reach out. Yeah, and I've sort of heard someone say on the radio last week, if you don't ask, you don't get. And what's the worst that you can get? And it's a no. You know, you can only ask. So we don't get anything in life if we don't ask. So, yeah, pretty excited about that. So I also wanted to bring up, I don't know, on Saturday, I really appreciate Rach and Greg stepping up. You know, I had seen them in business just on the calls and things like that, but never actually listened to them speak. So it was really nice to see the vulnerable side of these guys as well. You know, I see them as leaders in our team, but, you know, they really opened up. And Greg, you did an incredible job on Saturday. And your story that you shared, you know, you really let your vulnerability come out, and it was just really nice. And I think so many of that, you know, the whole room was moved when you spoke on Saturday, Greg, so I commend you for that. It was really good to see. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that and for recognising Rach and Greg. It's awesome to be able to recognise other people. You spoke really well. Yeah, we're a couple of we've still got about 15 minutes of the call, so just wanted to see if anyone had any questions. If anyone wants to unmute themselves and say a few words or about their experience on Super Saturday, or if anyone feels pulsed to share their why with us, and if anyone has some questions to shoot through.
Hi. I have a question. Am I on? Can you hear me? Yes. Hello? Am I on? I have a question.
Sophia, what's your question?
I was speaking to Nicola Green, and she informed me of a 14-day pack of some sort in terms of cost. I just want to get that clear before I start using it, if it works.
Okay, awesome question. And because you're new, you probably haven't seen a lot of the training on why we start people on premium packs. But for everybody on the call, there are so many different packs that Isogenics has got. But we know from research, years and years of research, that the pack that gets the best results and has the best retention is a premium pack or an ultimate pack. Now, so the answer, remember Brett Davis went over this at Manchester IC Uni. When someone says, what is the cost? Okay, you don't even talk about the cost. You know, a lot of people will message you on Facebook, or first question they'll ask is, what does it cost? You don't even go there. You go through the 8 questions that are in the team free training. What is your what is your goal? Short term, long term, how are you going to feel when you reach that goal? How important is it? Okay, we've got a script. So you're not even talking about cost, you're building value, you're finding out their why, you're getting emotion. And then you say this, there are lots of different there are lots of different there are lots of different packs to suit everyone's
individual.
The pack that I suggest, the pack that I got started on, and the pack that most people get started on is the premium pack. And the reason why is I want you to have the best experience and it suits your goals. Okay? Now, the next thing they'll say is, how much is that? And then you do the day breakdown the cost per day, right? If you've got people wanting to start on a 14-day pack because it's cheaper, the only way they know about that is because you've told them. So don't even go there. It is an absolute waste of your time. Sophia, your time is precious. You're a busy mum, as is everybody else on here. If somebody wants to get started and they can't afford it, you need to go back to the team-free training and take them through the steps of helping other people to get started with them. So we've got a Facebook post. We've got 3-way calls. They can save. And you need to come back to, it's Isogenics is long term. If someone is only wanting to get started and just do 14 days, it is not worth your time. It is not worth your effort. Okay. So the next thing I've got to say is I know some of you are going to go, but some people just want shakes, or, some people just want to try it. And that's where you need to share your story. You need to add value. You need to work out how much they're spending a day and share your story, okay? And the other thing is, guys, people are going to do what they do. So if they start on a 14-day pack, you're now going to have a team of people starting on 14 days. They don't get results. They stop. It's a waste of time. There is an exception. If somebody is pregnant or breastfeeding, or somebody is about to go on a holiday and they can only do a couple of days, a couple of weeks, it's all about the reason why, okay? They want to do that. And this is where you need to come back to the reason why they're wanting to do Isogenics. We don't just do quick fixes. We don't just do 14-day packs, then see you later. It's not right. It's going to ruin the reputation of Isogenics. You're going to get exhausted. You're going to stop. Remember, Isogenics is also compensation plan driven. So people are driven by money. So why do you think Isogenics has got such an amazing rebate on a premium pack? Because Isogenics knows that that's really going to encourage you guys to really promote and share that they actually lose money on that pack. But the reason why they do it is because it has the best results. And when people have great results, they continue. So I hope that this has made it really, really clear for all of you guys. And the bottom line is, if you're getting that objection, it is it's because potentially you think that within yourself. And what you need to come down to, what you need to look back into, is have a look at where you're at, and do you think Isagenix is good value for money? It is. You're buying an entire business with unlimited earning potential, with no overheads, no staff, no employees, no rent. Even if they are just joining to take these products, guys, it is still an investment in their health. And what is the cost? What is the cost of being unwell, of not having enough energy, of not being able to attend work? What about if, the cost of eating out? All right, all of those things. Okay, so everybody's going to be different. But if someone can't afford it, do you know what I say to them? I take them through everything that helps them get rebates. And I make sure I'm drawing you share, they share, repeat. And I'm staying in contact with them, and they save. I had a little girl come back to me. She spoke to me at Christmas time. She couldn't afford Isagenix. She was going to see a nutritionist. She rang me yesterday. She's ordering a premium pack. I asked her how much the nutritionist cost, $1,000. And she couldn't afford Isagenix, a premium pack then. She got no food. She got a plan which was crap. She lost 4 kilos, and she put it back on within 2 weeks. And she's feeling so lousy. And I just have to laugh. I'm just like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm just so glad you've come to Isagenix, because we can really, really help you. So guys, I hope that's made it really clear for all of you guys. Stick to the system. Stick to the system. Ask the questions. Don't, and get a 3-way call. Get someone else to talk to these people. All right. You are better off not enrolling someone than enrolling them on a 14-day pack, because your time that you would spend coaching them, supporting them, trying to get them restarted could be spent working on other people and coaching other people on a better pack to get better results. And then, long term, they're going to have such a better experience, be more likely to be retained. Your time is valuable. Hope that's helped, guys. All right. Hey, I want to talk. Has anyone got any questions about that? Sophia, can you just repeat what Brett Davis says? I want you to just say it for me.
Hi, Rach. That was great information. Thank you.
What does Brett Davis say? That's all I want you to say. Let's go.
He says there are many different packs to suit everyone's budget and specific goals. What I would suggest for your goal, as you've told me, is that the premium pack is the best pack to get results. And that's what I started on.
Perfect. Did you guys hear that? That is what everybody needs to keep running in their head. All right, over and over. You can watch the replay. You can write it out. Put that somewhere, all right? And it will just roll off your tongue with posture, with 10 out of 10 confidence. Now, if you didn't start on that pack, that's okay. You say the pack that most people get started on and the pack that gets the best results is this pack, okay? Now, let's talk about salted caramel. Guys, this comes out tomorrow, and I just want to run you over a few things. So grab a pen, grab a paper, all right? Salted caramel, 8:30 tomorrow morning. We've got, time still tonight. You need to message everybody who has been a past customer, is still a customer, and depending on how many people and how many levels deep and who's in contact with who, message them as well, all right? If you can, ring people, all right? Tell them how amazing it is. Tell them how great it tastes, okay? Then the next thing, yes, Rosanna, 2 minutes. The next thing is for some people who are working, who can't order it, maybe they wouldn't be placing an order unless I'm putting it in for them. I'm actually putting in their orders for them. I only do it for seasonal shakes because I want my customers to be happy. if you are in an area, guys, where there's a lot of you together and, you know, some of your customers may just order one, all right, just order it for them. You know, go and order 10 and give 5 to your 5 happy customers, all right? Let's keep them happy. Now, the next thing is, do we start some people just on shakes for seasonal shake day? Yeah, this is one of the only times I would do that, all right, because it's something different. There's a whole lot of FOMO. The shake tastes amazing. They're going to see it on your social media. So absolutely have that conversation with people, all right? Now, let's talk social media. It doesn't replace picking up the phone and calling people, but tomorrow morning, you guys might want to do this. I'm going live and I'm having my salted caramel shake and I'm telling the world that it is going on sale at 8:30 and to contact me if they'd like to order it. Whether you've got an account or not, whether you haven't ordered for years or months or you've never ordered, you know, get in contact with me and I'll hook you up with the good stuff. It's salted caramel. It's delicious, okay? Talk about, you know, you don't need to go through all the fiber, the fat, the aminos, but, you know, these are the things you cover. It tastes good. It fills you up. It's good for you. It's the highest quality ingredients ever. That's all people want to know. And, you know, at $3.90 a shake, it is so much cheaper than all those superfood smoothies from all those organic juice bars and stuff. Look, they taste great, but they're expensive, okay? Tremaine has just said, you know, that there is a discount of 10% when you buy 5. So make sure your customers know about that. For anybody who's got an auto ship going out in the next couple of days, you know, go and look at that. And you might want to tell them, hey, just put your auto ship next month, everything on your auto ship, put on a wholesale order. Let's save delivery. And what else can I tell you? For all of you guys that have got partners, okay, or even family members and so forth, be putting that order through the partner's account, all right, or your family member's account so that you're getting double BV. You know, don't be stupid about it. Don't be non-compliant about it. But, you know, there's definitely ways to be smart and still be compliant. What else can we say? Oh yeah, if you are using Facebook story, Instagram story, I've got a template picture. I'll post it to Team Free. And for the people that have said yes, they're ordering, I've actually set alarms in Facebook. And finally, for those of you guys that are going for ranks, okay, so for those of you who go in for 5 cycles, for 1, 2, 3 star, and building consultants, you know, managers, directors, this is the week. So this is the week not just for you, the week for your team, all right? So you need to look through your back office. You need to see where you're sitting, all right? The shake drop is tomorrow, and what that normally means is that we get really busy towards the end of the week. We're pushing 3-way calls. We've got lots of launch parties. You're on the phones, because if there is ever a week to rank advance, to hit some really big goals, this is a really good week, okay? I'm available to do calls. I've got 2 sip and samples. I've got there's 2 down in Mornington, Safety Beach. There's 1 up in Melbourne. Everybody can post their sip and sample dates to the thread or the team page, but get people there. Even if you don't live in that state, doesn't matter. Invite. And I know all the leaders are here to do 3-way calls. And I know I sound like an unbroken record, but I can tell you that we have got 3, maybe 4 seasonal shakes coming this year. And if you can nail it once, you just repeat, okay? Repeat. Done. Now, I'm going to hand it over to Danny because she wants to share her why. And then when Danny's finished, we'll hand it back to Kim. And then the Janice call is on this line, but we're just going to turn the whole call off and then restart it so that we can get the recording on YouTube so you can send it out to everybody who wasn't on the call. Okay, Danny?
Okay. Hello. Oh. Hi, so I'm Danny. I'm currently actually at like a family dinner thing, so it's a bit weird. But yeah, so I was just gonna share my why, which is pretty much the same thing that I shared at Rachel's place on Saturday. So yeah, my mum told me to share my why, so here we go. So my why is I have like 4. Um, So pretty much the reason that I'm doing like the business, or I'm going to do the business when I turn 18, is because well, my parents have been a really crazy like inspiration for me. My dad, like, ever since I was little, I've just always known my dad is a really hard worker, and like he's gotten to the stage where he's been working 3 jobs, and I've hardly seen him just to keep me and my 4 siblings like healthy and happy and getting like the highest quality everything. And my mum's always been someone who supports us and always like pushes us. Ooh, okay, yeah, pushes us to do anything that like sets us on fire, anything that like we feel called to do or driven to do. She always like tells us to pursue that. And yeah, so when she found Isogenics, I was like, okay, like that's cool, like it's really good for you, yeah, all that stuff. And then yeah, at the start of the year, I didn't really know what I was going to do with my life, year 12, so I was a bit like, oh, I don't know. But when I went to Brisbane, I like saw the actual impact that the company was having on people's health and their like financial situations, and I was like, wow, I want to be a part of a community that's actually really impacting lives. And so I want to build the kingdom. I'm a Christian, so I want to sow back into particularly youth and young adults ministry. I want to create a community of young people that are actually abundant in their finances and in their time, so that we're not having to go work a 9-to-5 job and then go to youth ministry or whatever we're sowing into with no energy, with no money, with nothing to actually give back, but to actually give back all that we have and more. So yeah, that's what I want to do. And then yeah, I really want to give back to my parents as well, and like my family, because obviously this is like something that this opportunity is something that they've blessed me with, and they just continue to bless me even when I don't deserve it. Like, I'm 17 and a bit of a brat sometimes, so even when I don't deserve it, they always put me first. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Who wants to close the call after that? I've got tears in my eyes. Kim, I'm going to give it to you. I'm crying.
Oh, well done, love. That was amazing, Danny. It's like the beauty of this business.
Eric Hoover now.
Yeah, exactly. The next 1,000 member, and then yeah, it's just the beauty of this business and being able to do this as a family, and seeing what is actually possible for young people today and for the future. This is incredible. So thank you everybody for jumping on, and thank you for everybody who shared their whys. And if anyone would like to do like a little video share and share their why on the page, that would be amazing too. Or if anyone wants to share their why with anyone, just feel free to jump on the call. I'm more than happy to listen to people's whys. Like it's super inspiring. Thank you everybody.
Hey Kimmy, just before we go, we do one last thing now. We do this. I'm not sure if you've seen it.
Yes,
but you know what? This is why we get here on Mondays. We do it because it's fun. It's uplifting, it's motivating. We could do it with dogs, like whatever you have there, Beck. But we start with one finger here, and then one finger a little bit higher.
They all need to turn their cameras on. They need to turn their cameras on.
Turn your cameras on, and if someone can do a boomerang, Rach, can you do a boomerang? Rach is doing the boomerang. Ready? 1, 2, 3, and jiggle, and jiggle, and jiggle. Oh, we'll do the next page.
Do it once more.
We'll do the next page. Hang on, we'll do the next page now. Once more. One finger here, one finger there, and 1, 2, 3, and switch it, and switch it, and switch it. Oh my God. What are we doing? So anyway, that's coming from Fraser Brooks, who's regarded as one of the best trainers of all time. So
All right.
it's about fun. It's about community. It's about uplifting you guys. You guys are amazing. And the stories tonight, seeing you guys at Super Saturday and seeing you guys grow and duplicating and using the systems. And Karen will shake tomorrow.
All right.
I'm excited.
It's work time.
All right.
Work. Janice's call is going to be on now, so let's turn this off and I'll turn it back on, okay?
See you guys.
All right, jump back on the Janice call if you can, guys, as you sort of do all your ISAR work. See ya.